Dr. Lisa Forzani, the Cooking Chiro from Wall Township, New Jersey. I am so excited for tonight, and we're going to share with you some really awesome appetizers that you could use during Thanksgiving with your family. I personally love appetizers. I could actually go from appetizers and that's it. I don't even need anything else. I don't know about you, but I love the finger food thing. And usually, like even during a wedding or when we're at some kind of formal event, aren't the appetizers and the happy hour, that is the most fun part, because you kind of get to bounce around with your company and share, and it's so exciting. So I can't wait to share with you the wonderful appetizers that we have on board for you on this YouTube episode. So just remember, live well, love well, and eat well. Love you guys. Come on, let's go in. Let's go. Hello everybody. The Cooking Chiro is ready to start her video. So the first appetizer that we're going to make is one of my favorites. I don't know about you, I never get tired of stuffed mushrooms. And there are so many versions that we could talk about. Today we're going to do one specific version, but wow, are they delicious. We cooked up a batch earlier. They are so tasty. We're going to start with some brown portobello baby mushrooms. So the first thing we want to do is take the inside stem out. So we're going to do that. And we're going to get them prepared to be stuffed. They are so beautiful, so firm, and so delicious. I never get tired of stuffed mushrooms. I don't know about you. The nice thing about these two is that you can make them ahead of time, freeze them, and then cook them for appetizers, and always have them on hand for company. And this week is Thanksgiving, so we're going to have a lot of fun making these and stuffing these. We have about half a dozen to a dozen right here, but I would suggest to make dozens of these because they're so yummy, so tasty, so decadent, and so easy to make. So we're going to take our stems and we're going to chop them. Of course, they're washed and cleaned thoroughly. These are going to become part of your stuffing. We're going to saute these in a pan in just a second, but we're going to chop them fine. And we're going to chop them till they're nice and fine. You can either chop them with a knife or with a chopper, which I love my chopper from the Pampered Chef. It is such a great tool. It's one of my favorite kitchen tools. So, Cooking Chiro loves Pampered Chef. Caroline Borst, if you need any Pampered Chef, she's awesome. So we're going to chop these up nice and fine, and they will become part of our stuffing for our beautiful mushrooms. We're going to stick these now into our pan, which has olive oil ready to grab these beautiful morsels of mushrooms. Squeeze some of our olive oil now and just let it sizzle. Now we're going to add a medium-sized onion, saute that in as well, and we're going to add several cloves of garlic. Now I want to tell you, I have a vegetarian coming to dinner Thanksgiving, and we're going to make a big portobello mushroom stuffed with the same things that we have here. And this person will eat cheese, so we're going to put a little goat cheese in our big portobello mushroom, line it with goat cheese, and then put this beautiful stuffing in, and you have a beautiful, wonderful vegetarian dish for our vegetarian people. So we're going to saute this until it's clear, and until we see that the onions are caramelized, and then we're going to be ready for our next step. So our onions and our garlic are caramelizing. The smell is unbelievable. And our mushroom tops are nice and soft and sauteed. Now we're going to add some parsley into our mix. About 2 tablespoons of fresh, flat Italian parsley. And next, we're going to add our stuffing. So instead of using breadcrumbs, I decided to use stuffing, which is really finely ground, which is very similar to breadcrumbs, but I thought the texture of the breadcrumbs would be so nice and inviting inside of our beautiful mushroom caps. So we're going to add that, about a cup of breadcrumbs, which is our stuffing, and then we're going to add some broth to that. So it could either be vegetarian broth or chicken broth, whatever makes you happy. If you are going to make portobello mushroom tops, the big ones, then you would want to use your vegetarian broth. So I'm going to go get that while that's toasting up. So now that we've toasted up our stuffing, we're going to add a little bit of broth. And I would say about a half cup. And you're going to mix that together so it absorbs all of the fluid. So you always want to have extra broth on hand so that if you need it, you have it. So now we are going to stuff these little beauties with some really awesome goodies. Because it's Thanksgiving, we are going to stuff these with a very special cheese. You could either use brie, you could use cream cheese. I happen to have this beautiful cheddar cheese, which is infused with cranberries. So I thought that would be a really neat idea to stuff our mushrooms with that awesome cheese. So we're going to take a little piece of cheese and just put each individual mushroom, line them up with the cheese. They are just eager to just awesomely take in that yummy, yummy cranberry cheddar cheese. But again, I love brie, I love goat cheese. That's another awesome thing. Or you could use feta cheese or mozzarella, whatever you like. I particularly am going to try this because I thought it would be really fun during the holidays. And then we're going to line our pan with, as you know, my favorite parchment paper, and just line up our little guys. So now that our little beautiful portobello mushrooms, our little minis, are ready to go stuffed with cheese, we're going to put a little bit of our stuffing mixture on each one of those beautiful mushrooms. You could also put a little bit of Parmigiano cheese inside of your stuffing mixture if you like that. I just felt like it was going to be a little too salty maybe if we added that, because we have the salt from the cheese and then we have the salt from the stuffing mixture. But if you're using a plain stuffing mixture that doesn't have salt in it, certainly you could add that Parmesan cheese for that extra cheesy flavor. And if you have any of this left over, you can always freeze it or use it to stuff either chicken, or there's so many options to use this stuffing with because it's so yummy. You can stuff it in pork or whatever you like, but this stuffing mixture is really awesome. So this is before the magical heat hits these little beauties. So these little beauties are going to be in the oven on 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. You want them to look a little toasty on top, and when they come out, you could garnish them with a little bit of Parmigiano cheese or with a little parsley, whatever makes you happy. So I'm getting these little bad boys ready to get their little butts frozen so that I don't have to make them again on Thanksgiving morning when everything's going on. You're just going to pop in the oven on 400 and we're going to cook them up for about 35 to 40 minutes and they'll be nice and brown and yummy. Alright, so we're here now for our second set of appetizers. It's going to be 3 different versions of the bomb. You're going to love it. So we're going to have a pizza bomb, and we're going to have a Stromboli bomb, and we're going to have a stuffing cranberry cheese bomb, and I can't wait to share it with you. So the first thing you're going to do is you can either buy pizza dough at the store or make your own homemade pizza dough, which we're not going to talk about tonight, but I have news for you. We're going to go over it one day, how to make pizza dough, which you could use for so many different things. And the other option you could use is your Bisquick biscuits. So you're going to take that dough and you're going to make little tiny individual balls. The first one we're going to do is our pizza ball. So you're going to take a little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of pomodoro sauce, or just crushed tomato. You're going to take a little bit of Parmigiano cheese. You know where this is going, right? And if you like, a little bit of fresh parsley. You're going to make it into a ball, and you're going to place it into this cute little individual muffin pan. Now I've already sprayed this with a Pam type oil so that it doesn't stick, and then you're going to bake that. So we're going to make a bunch of these versions, and then we're going to make our next version. Our next version of the bomb is going to be our Stromboli. So you're going to take a piece of pepperoni, a little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of ricotta cheese, and a pinch of your Parmigiano cheese, and a little bit of our sauce. And I'm going to roll that little puppy up. We're going to put them right into one of these little individual compartments. Our next little dough ball is going to consist of stuffing. So you're going to take a little dollop of stuffing, and you're going to take a piece of cheese. So you could use the same cheddar cranberry cheese, or you could use brie, which I freaking love. It's so awesome. And a little bit of cranberry sauce. You could also put a little piece of, I don't have it here, but rosemary, which is so delicious. It just blends together so nice with those flavors. Just kind of make it into like a little ball and plop it in and bake those little beauties. So we're gonna let those bad boys crisp up in the oven. We're gonna let them get nice and golden brown. It'll probably take about 35 minutes on a 375 Fahrenheit oven, and then you will just break them apart and eat those little bad boys up. So our little bad boys are toasting up and looking really beautiful at this point, smelling so good, looking decadent, and they are going to pop into your mouth and taste so delicious in a couple minutes. Oh, baby. So I hope you enjoyed this week's video of our beautiful appetizers. So glad that you guys joined us. So subscribe and like us, and definitely look for our next one. And also let us know which one you like better. Do you like the bombs or do you like the stuffed mushrooms better? Let us know. So always remember, live well, love well, eat well. And I am going to pop one of these little bad boys in my mouth right now. So decadent. And that cheese just squirts out at the last second. So yummy. Enjoy the rest of your day.